are at Texas Motorplex right now with the C8 eRay. This is one of the most dominant cars, the most dominant Corvettes out the box that I've ever owned in my life. I came all the way to Texas in the 100-degree heat to race with this car. And today, what the plan is, we want to see exactly how the settings on the car react. And we're going to be racing against another eRay. For those who have a C8 eRay or a C8 Z06, you know exactly what I'm talking about. In these cars, you can edit the launch control settings, the RPM and the slip percentage so that you can get the best possible launch with the surface that you are on. So what we'll do, it will be a constant versus constant, a C8 eRay versus another C8 eRay. Both of them will go against each other, both on street tires, both bone stock, and we're gonna see if you change the settings on the car, what will it be like if you just leave the settings alone? Settings alone versus settings changed. That's what's gonna be going on in this video today. We got my boy Mike right here from Brink of Speed. He's gonna be running today as well. He's getting a few runs in right now, trying to get some kills before both of us go against each other.
Hopefully, he says he's gonna go against me, so hopefully we'll see what happens. He's got 550 to the rear wheels.
550, all right, and then you got plenty to the rear wheels and to the front.
And to the front, exactly.
Should be pretty fun.
Should be a good time, man.
Mike just made a little practice run, no drama at all. That thing hooks and books, man, and it looks absolutely amazing as well. All right, now me and Mike are gonna line up both of our eRays. He's gonna have his car set at the normal setting that the car comes with for the launch control. I'm going to hop mine up to 4,000 RPM, 5% slip, or whatever the lowest slip you can do for this car, and then we're gonna race each other. We're gonna see, does that change make any difference against another car that has just the normal settings set to go. Alrighty, getting ready to run my first run of the day. Gonna be going against the eRay. I got 4,000 RPM with 5% slip. He's got the normal settings on his eRay. We're gonna see if it makes any kind of difference. There's a lot of people here today, so I'm gonna have to do some moving around with some folks so that I don't run anybody when I do my little mini burnout here. Let me move some people. Lined up. All right. I wasn't even fully ready. For the pro tree, I thought it was going to be a sportsman, so that caught me off guard. So that wasn't even a fair shake, but it still worked out. So I still got the launch I thought I was going to get. I got out ahead and I stayed ahead. So both cars are even, both cars are stock, But hey, it worked out. I wish I would have been able to hold my launch control maybe like a half a second longer instead of just like real quick. I literally got up to like 4,000 and then boom, had to go. I couldn't even hold it. But hey, we made it work.
Yep. Yeah, I like the rims on this thing, bro.
Thank you so much. 10.78 with a 1.56 60 foot. Not bad at all. I'm very curious to see what his 60 foot was. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, 1.56 60 foot, 10.78 is my run, 124 mile per hour. Obviously, the car's not gonna run the fastest it could possibly run today because it's hot. It's super hot. I mean, you can see the temperatures. It's 95 degrees right now, and it's like 7:46 p.m. So it's super, super hot today. We're not gonna get the best times in the world, but it's all good because we're getting even times. We're on the same playing field, same track, same temperature, same DA, same day. So we're just comparing against each other versus comparing against the world. All right, guys, so we're here now. We're gonna look at both of these time slips. My time slip's on the left, Mike's time slip is on the right. I had 4,000 RPM with 5% slip. He had the standard settings for your launch control. You can see that my 60 foot was 1.56, his was 1.65. That 1/10 of a time difference made up for the 2/10 on the back end, and that is a rule of thumb. Anybody who drag races understands if you can get a 1/10 quicker on your 60 foot, they'll give you 2/10 on the back end. Literally, it did that right here, 2/10 on the back end. So it clearly showed that the 4,000 RPM with the 5% slip was a big difference. It actually helped. The next run we're gonna do, I'll be 4,000 RPM with 15% slip, which theoretically will be a slower launch. We'll see how that affects me and how it does against his when he keeps his standard. Now we're gonna go up and do the next run. We're gonna see how this goes. Like I said, 4,000 RPM with a 15% slip for mine. He's gonna keep his at standard. We'll see how that goes. We're gonna go ahead lined up. A lot of really cool cars here, a lot of big wheel cars here. If you're looking at all the cars that are up here for this weekend, it's pretty nuts. We're not running against them tonight, but we'll run against each other all night. Alrighty, we're getting ready for our next run. We had to wait a little bit because they were doing the shootout. So that's why I went from day to nighttime. But anyways, we're back at the action. 4,000 RPM for the launch with a 15% slip. So we'll see how that does. It might be that weight. Wow, interesting. I think he still got a better launch. Perhaps we'll find out here in a second. But I still got him. We definitely had a little bit more even reaction time, I believe. I don't know. We'll find out. But that was 4,000 RPM with a 15% slip right there. So yeah, we'll see how that played out.
712.
Yep, thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you. Alrighty, I ran the same time again, 10.78 with a 160 60 foot. So my 60 foot didn't even fall off that much. It falled off a little bit, but not that much. I'm curious to see what his 60 foot was. On the top end though, I still had the top end power and all that stuff, but I did not fall off on my times at all. So 160 60 foot with a 10.78 at 124 mile per hour run. I mean, it's still not bad. So yeah, 4,000 RPMs, 15% slip, wasn't too crazy, didn't throw me off that much. I thought it was gonna be a little bit slower, but it was a little bit slower, just not a lot slower. So that was interesting. Very, very interesting. You can look at the times right here yourself. All right, so now we just got done with that run. As you can see, so my car is on the left, his is on the right. I had a 160 60 foot with my 4,000 RPM and 15% slip. He had a 169. He actually spun in his lane. I think his lane just wasn't that great, unfortunately. Maybe because of all the shootout stuff that was happening before in the grudge racing, maybe his lane just sucked and he didn't get a good run. But we can clearly see that my 60 foot definitely got slower from my last one just by a hair, but my end trap speed, actually trap speed and trap time wasn't actually off at all. So that's very interesting. Anyways, the RPM launches and slips and all that stuff only pertains to your 60 foot, doesn't really pertain to much more else. So we can see that it was affected by a little bit, but it looks like the thing picked up some power on the top end. Maybe my car just felt a little bit cooler than his, I don't know. But yeah, we can clearly see that he had a little bit of slip, even though he had a better reaction time. So with his reaction time, if we would have got a good run, he would have probably beat me on this one. All right, so this is what we're gonna do. We're thinking that the lane prep isn't that great at the moment. So both of us are gonna go back out. Both of us are gonna be 4,000 RPM with 15% slip. I think because I was 15% slip, that's what allowed me to be able to launch really good without spinning. He spun with the standard settings because the lane prep isn't great right now. 15% slip is what's gonna allow us to get out of the hole smoothly and be able to have a good run. We're both gonna go out there with the same settings and see what happens. All right, now we're gonna go with the 4,000 RPM, 15% slip. He's gonna do the same thing on his car. He's gonna run it like that. We'll see how it does, see if that helps him at all. He just did his little burnout. I'll do my burnout too, but I gotta wait till these guys move out of the way before I do my burnout. He got a better reaction time than me. Let's see what goes down. We're both looking at each other. We're both trying to beat each other. I'm still inching away. Man, I think the less weight in this coupe versus the convertible is making the difference. I don't have any other explanation. We're doing the same thing on the same tire with the same car. There's no other explanation than his car is just a little heavier by 80 plus pounds, and that's affecting him. Wow, that was interesting. These races are so close with two of the same identical cars. Let's see what my time was this time around. He definitely got a better reaction time than me. I screwed that one up. I should have launched a little bit earlier, but it's all good.
And then 23?
Which one? I'm 12.
712, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so I went a little bit slower. 160 60 foot with a 1081, so just a hair bit slower. My car is running very consistent, 124 mile per hour. I'm very curious to see what his time was, but my car is running very consistent. It literally hasn't fallen off at all. I dropped the slip percentage so that we could launch better and more consistently, and I think it's helping because now we're not blowing the tires off the car. So now you all can see that it does help messing around with the slip percentages and RPMs and things like that to help your car launch the best. If I try to launch it with 4,000 RPM and 5% slip with the track not being great right now, I'm gonna slip out of the hole and have a terrible 60 foot. It happened to me the last time I was here. I've learned my lesson now. If the track starts going away, raise up that slip percentage and you're gonna have a way better time than you would if you didn't. All right, we just came in right now, so my car is on the right and then Mike's car is on the left. So what we're noticing is I did the 4,000 RPM with the 15% slip. I got the exact same 60 foot again. He did the same exact settings of me, but he didn't get the same times. What we think the issue is I completely forgot. He has lowering springs on his car, which are about 30% stiffer than the springs I have on my car. My car has stock springs, stock everything on suspension, which makes my car softer. Softer springs, softer suspension allows the weight on my car to transfer to the rear a whole lot better than the stiffer springs do. Stiffer springs will cause you to spin because they're stiff and it's not transferring weight as good. It's great for the road course, not so great for the drag strip. I think that's what's causing him to spin each time and not have a good 60 foot, and then allow me to get in front and go out there for the win. All right, move up a little bit. Move up a hair, just a little bit, 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 a little bit. Right there, stop. Watch the lights. Now just let my brother right now on that run go run the eRay. This is his first time he's ever ran it. I didn't let him do a burnout because I didn't want him to get confused on how to do that, and then it was just a lot to go on. So I was like, hey, just put it in normal launch control and launch it. He definitely spun on that one, as you can hear and see. I mean, it spun more than I ever seen that car spin, so that was interesting. But I think if he would have had it on the right correct percentage for his slip percentage, he would have been fine. But it's all good. First time for him ever, you know, first time jitters. All right, how was it for your first run ever at a drag strip with an E-Ray? Something that you popped in and just drove, which basically anybody can jump in and drive, even though you spun a little bit.
It was freaking thrilling. Thrilling is the word to explain it, man. It was a good time, man. It was fun. I slipped up really, really bad in the beginning, spun out, but finished the race, and it was cool. It was fun. I had a good time, man.
All right, so that was a pretty fun night. We got a chance to get a few runs in there. We tried different launch control settings, different RPMs, different slip percentages. We got to see exactly what these cars did against each other. Obviously, his is it's a convertible and mine is a coupe. So obviously there's some weight differences there. I believe his is 80 more pounds. That may have affected him a little bit on the top end, but on the bottom end, we got to see what the 60 foots were, and we got to see how those were affected by the different launch control settings. So very, very cool to have the opportunity to come out here and drive the E-Ray once again, especially in this heat. Obviously it's a little bit cooler tonight. Right now they're getting ready to do the shootout for the big tire cars, not big tire, but big wheel cars, which big tires as well. That's gonna take a good 30, 45 plus minutes before they're done with that. So I don't really wanna wait here that much longer because it's getting late, but at least we got some good testing in. The cars were solid. The E-Ray proves again that it is an absolute monster on street tires. You just adjust it, make it work for the surface that you're on, and this thing is going to be a big monster for you. Amazing vehicle, great job GM, Chevy, everybody who created this. I cannot wait to see what the ZR1X does out there on the streets and on the track. So it's gonna be an absolute monster. And maybe I need to get one. Maybe I need to put my name on a list for the ZR1X. We'll find out. The ZR1's pretty badass too, but that ZR1X, woohoo! I think that might be my next purchase. I can't wait. Anyways, make sure you like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff that YouTubers tell you to do for the videos. Comment on this video, let me know your thoughts. I wanna see it, hear it. Today was E-Ray versus E-Ray, Corvette versus Corvette. It was Corvette on Corvette crime all day today. That's what we did. But it was a good time. I enjoyed it, loved it, and thank you all for tuning in. It was super fun. Can't wait to the next one. Mike,
what's up, brother?
It was awesome.
It was amazing.
Thank you so much for running. We got to see what these cars do. We got to change different settings, launch control. We got to show the public exactly what these cars do on the different settings and how it affects the cars. Thank you so much for bringing the E-Ray. Super, super awesome to run them against the track. First time ever. It was good. It was good. Hopefully you had a good time.
I told my fans that Jesse Iwuji was probably going to beat me, and I was right.
I found a way. I found a way. All right, cool.
Yeah, it was fun, man, as usual.
Yes, thank you so much.
It's always a blast.
Everybody make sure you follow his page on YouTube, Brink of Speed. He's posting Corvette content, Corvette news, updates, live streaming, doing all that fun stuff all the time. Ton of content, all good stuff, all Corvette stuff. Jump on there, follow him, subscribe, like, share, whatever, all the stuff YouTubers tell you to do.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Yeah.